Welcome to Max Life Man, your essential YouTube channel, expertly led by our top expert, Dr. Jonathan Prescott. Dr. Prescott and his team from the prestigious Evergreen Peaks Institute have spent decades studying the deeper biology of men's vitality, how strength, blood flow, and confidence evolve through time, not fade with it. This isn't another motivational pep talk. It's an awakening. Gentlemen, if you're past 60 and you've started to notice the quiet mornings, no movement, no signal from below, I want you to know this. It's not your fault. You are not broken. The body simply needs to remember what it once knew. That's what we're here to do, bring back that natural rhythm, that quiet power that once made you feel alive before the world told you to slow down. Over the next few minutes, I'll share with you a nightly ritual, a small act. Under 60 seconds, that has reignited the fire for thousands of men just like you. It's not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming command. You don't need a pill, you need understanding. Before we begin, I want to invite you as a man among men to stay connected with us. Hit that like button if you believe a man's strength should never be measured by his age. When you do, may your heart feel a little lighter tonight. Subscribe so you never miss another conversation about truth, vitality, and legacy. And if something I say stirs a thought, a memory, or a question, drop it in the comments below. I personally read them. Every story matters. So here's my wish for you, my friend. May your courage outlast your calendar. May your mornings grow stronger again. And may that single click of like mark the start of your return not to youth but to yourself. Let's begin. You wake up one morning and something feels missing. The quiet strength that used to greet the dawn is now silent. Maybe it's been weeks, maybe months. You brush it off, tell yourself it's just age, but deep down it bothers you. It's not vanity, it's biology asking for attention. What's really happening is this. As men age, the smooth lining of the blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes less responsive. Those tiny arteries that once opened with ease now hesitate. Testosterone, once a roaring current, becomes more like a steady stream. And the brain, which used to send quick, clear signals, now whispers instead of commands. This isn't failure. It's wear and tear, the same way a fine engine needs more care after decades of service. What you once took for granted, that natural, involuntary rise every morning, is actually one of the most important indicators of cardiovascular health. When it weakens, it's your body's quiet way of saying, I need circulation again. Most men panic here. They reach for shortcuts, little blue pills, synthetic boosters, or empty promises from the internet. But none of those teach the body how to remember its rhythm. They only push it harder until one day the system stops responding altogether. That's why in this series, I'm not giving you a trick, I'm giving you a reawakening. A natural nightly ritual that trains your body to bring that morning life back, not through force but through balance. Because real virility isn't built in the morning, it's built the night before. Before we go deeper, I want to know, when did you first notice your mornings starting to fade? Leave a comment below and tell me. You'd be surprised how many men quietly share that same story. And if you haven't yet, tap subscribe. This journey isn't about shame or age. It's about taking back what's yours. Sometimes the simplest things hold the deepest power. You've spent years looking for complicated answers, doctors, prescriptions, endless advice, when what your body truly needed was hiding in your kitchen cabinet all along. I'm talking about clove, yes, that humble brown spice you've probably walked past 1,000 times without a thought. For centuries, men in Eastern medicine used it not as seasoning, but as circulatory medicine. It's rich in compounds that improve nitric oxide production, the same pathway your body uses to bring blood, oxygen, and vitality to where it's needed most. Here's the part that always gets men smiling in disbelief. When used at the right time, clove doesn't just spice up your meals, it spices up your bloodstream. It tells your vessels, wake up, gentlemen, we've got work to do. Now, before you rush to the pantry, hold on. The power isn't in the clove itself, it's in when and how you use it. Timing turns an ordinary spice into a nightly catalyst. That's why in the next section, I'll teach you exactly how to do this ritual properly. But for now, remember, one small act done with consistency and intention can rewire decades of dormancy. One of my patients, Henry, a 67-year-old retired engineer, laughed when I told him to try this. Doctor, you're telling me a kitchen spice can do what prescriptions couldn't? 2 weeks later, he called back. His voice had that unmistakable tone, the sound of a man rediscovering himself. Doc, the mornings are back. I smiled, not because it was magic, but because it was biology remembered. If this story stirs something in you, that quiet spark of curiosity, hit the like button. Let it be your silent yes to your own revival. And tell me in the comments, have you ever tried a natural remedy that actually worked? Sometimes the simplest things hold the deepest power. You've spent years looking for complicated answers, doctors, prescriptions, endless advice, when what your body truly needed was hiding in your kitchen cabinet all along. I'm talking about clove, yes, that humble brown spice you've probably walked past 1,000 times without a thought. For centuries, men in Eastern medicine used it not as seasoning, but as circulatory medicine. It's rich in compounds that improve nitric oxide production, the same pathway your body uses to bring blood, oxygen, and vitality to where it's needed most. Here's the part that always gets men smiling in disbelief. When used at the right time, clove doesn't just spice up your meals, it spices up your bloodstream. It tells your vessels, wake up, gentlemen, we've got work to do. Now, before you rush to the pantry, hold on. The power isn't in the clove itself, it's in when and how you use it. Timing turns an ordinary spice into a nightly catalyst. That's why in the next section, I'll teach you exactly how to do this ritual properly. But for now, remember, one small act done with consistency and intention can rewire decades of dormancy. One of my patients, Henry, a 67-year-old retired engineer, laughed when I told him to try this. Doctor, you're telling me a kitchen spice can do what prescriptions couldn't. When men hear the word ritual, they often imagine something mystical, candles, chants, or wishful thinking. But this isn't magic, it's chemistry meeting consistency. It's a conversation between you and your body that says, let's remember how this was meant to work. Here's how to begin. After dinner, not right away, but about an hour later, take one whole clove. Not ground powder, but the real. The fragrant bud, place it gently in your mouth and let it rest between your cheek and gum. Don't chew, don't swallow, just let it sit there. Over the next few minutes, you'll notice a slow warmth spreading across your mouth. That's the essential oil activating circulation through your oral vessels, the same network that mirrors blood flow throughout your entire body. Keep it there for 10 to 15 minutes as you unwind, maybe while reading or reflecting on the day. Then, discard it. Do not rush the process. Do it nightly. The first week, nothing dramatic may happen, but subtle changes begin beneath the surface: improved blood vessel responsiveness, a deeper pulse, and eventually a return of that quiet morning signal you've missed. My patient Walter once told me, Doctor, 2 weeks later, he called back. His voice had that unmistakable tone, the sound of a man rediscovering himself. Doc, the mornings are back. I smiled, not because it was magic, but because it was biology remembered. As if this story stirs something in you, that quiet spark of curiosity, hit the like button. Let it be your silent yes to your own revival. And tell me in the comments, have you ever tried a natural remedy that actually worked? There's a reason I call this a nightly ritual, not a morning one, not an afternoon supplement, but something sacred that belongs to the dark hours. You see, night is when a man's body finally stops performing for the world and starts repairing itself. While you sleep, your vessels expand, your brain detoxifies, and your testosterone quietly begins its nightly climb. Most men don't realize that their strongest hormonal pulse doesn't happen in the morning, It starts building around midnight, reaching its peak in those early silent hours before dawn. But if the body isn't prepared, if circulation is weak or tension is high, that surge goes nowhere. It's like a river with a dam. The energy builds, but it doesn't flow. That's why the Clove ritual works best at night. It primes the system right before that natural hormonal wave begins. It tells your vessels, stay open, stay awake, let the current move. By the time your body enters its deep sleep cycle, the pathways are ready. That's when healing, growth, and renewal truly happen. Walter once told me, "Doctor, it's strange. I'm doing less, but I feel more alive." I smiled because that's exactly how the male body is designed. It's not about constant stimulation. It's about rhythm, effort and rest, activation and release. So tonight, when you perform your ritual, I want you to think of it as handing the night a key. You're unlocking something ancient, something that has waited patiently to serve you again. If this makes sense to you, if you've ever felt that stillness at night and wondered whether your body could learn to move again, tap that like button. And if you've already tried the ritual, comment below what you noticed the next morning. Science has a rhythm, so does your body. And every man who learns to live in sync with that rhythm finds that aging slows, energy returns, and what was once lost begins to move again. Let's talk about why the nighttime ritual works better than anything you can do during the day. When the sun sets, your nervous system shifts. The sympathetic mode, that fight or flight energy that keeps you sharp through the day, begins to fade. In its place rises the parasympathetic state, the body's natural repair mode. That's when blood flow improves, tissue heals, and testosterone production quietly ramps up. But there's something even more fascinating. Around 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., your body's nitric oxide cycle spikes. That's the same molecule that expands blood vessels, the silent architect behind every strong pulse, every healthy erection, every clear-headed morning. If your vessels are constricted, that nitric oxide goes to waste. But when you've done your Clove ritual, that slow release of eugenol through your oral veins, it acts like a signal booster. It tells the entire vascular network, the gate is open, let the current flow. Think of it like a symphony. Nitric oxide is the conductor, testosterone is the melody, and sleep is the stage where it all comes together. Skip one and the performance falls apart. Honor all three, and your body remembers the music. My patient George once said, "Doc, I finally understand it's not about forcing the body, it's about cooperating with it." He was right. Men don't lose their power with age, they lose their rhythm. If this resonates with you, I want to hear it. Drop a comment below. Tell me what time your nights usually quiet down and whether you've ever noticed how your body feels before sleep. And if you're ready to tune your rhythm again, to tap that like button, make it your signal to start living in sync. Every night after finishing these sessions, I sit down with a cup of tea and open my inbox. It's filled with letters, honest, raw, often written at 2 in the morning. They remind me why I started this work in the first place. Here's one from Albert in Montana, age 72. Dr. Prescott, I was embarrassed to even watch your first video. I felt like my days as a man were over. But I tried the ritual, one clove every night, and after 3 weeks, my mornings started coming back. My wife cried. She said I smiled in my sleep again. Albert, if you're listening, that's not just biology returning, that's life returning. Then there's Cliff from Florida, 66. Doctor, I didn't expect miracles. I just wanted to stop feeling invisible. But something strange happened. The more consistent I became, the calmer I felt. I didn't chase results. I trusted the process. And somehow everything else followed. Cliff, you've learned the hardest truth of all. Healing begins the moment you stop forcing it. And finally, George from Ohio writes, I haven't seen results yet, but I haven't felt this hopeful in years. For once, I'm doing something that feels mine. George, that's the seed of change. Hope is the first pulse of life. To everyone listening tonight, your letters matter. They remind other men they are not alone. If you've started the ritual, even just once, share your story below. Whether it's a success, a question, or a moment of doubt, it belongs here. And if these letters made you feel something, that flicker of recognition, that quiet me too, hit the like button. Let's make it a symbol of brotherhood, not vanity. Because what we're building here isn't a trend. It's a movement of men remembering what strength truly means. If you ever doubt that small things make a difference, give this 30 days. Just 30 nights, one clove, one moment of calm, one simple act of presence. At 7 days, most men tell me the same thing. Doc, I didn't think anything was happening, but I'm sleeping deeper. That's the first sign. The nervous system begins to unwind, your pulse steadies. The restlessness in your chest fades a little, even digestion starts to cooperate again. You wake not as a new man, but as a rested one, and that's where healing begins. At 14 days, the changes move deeper, your circulation improves, morning stiffness returns not just in the joints but in the blood vessels themselves. Nitric oxide production stabilizes and your body begins to remember how to expand. Men tell me they start walking differently, shoulders open, chin lifted, as if gravity itself feels lighter. And by 30 days, something profound happens. Confidence returns, not the loud, young kind, the quiet, earned kind. One man described it perfectly. Dr. Prescott, I didn't just feel younger, I felt clear. I wanted to look at my wife again the way I used to. Science can't measure that, but I see it every day. Hormones stabilize, inflammation eases, blood pressure settles. But more than that, your sense of self rises back up. I tell my patients this ritual isn't magic. It's simply cooperation with the body's original design, a way of saying, I'm still here, I still care. If you've been following along, maybe you've noticed small shifts already, a better night's rest, a warmer pulse, a little spark of curiosity again. Leave me a comment if you have, let's track it together. And if you feel that spark, even faintly, tap the like button. Not for me, for you. Make it your promise to stay the course for the next 30 days. Because the body remembers. It always does if you give it a reason to. When you place that single clove between your gum and cheek, something remarkable begins, but you won't feel it immediately. That's because healing rarely shouts, it whispers. During the first minutes, the eugenol oil begins entering your bloodstream, relaxing smooth muscle in your arteries. They widen ever so slightly. Your nervous system begins to calm. Stress hormones, the ones that have been quietly throttling your mornings for decades, start to ebb. By the time your head touches the pillow, your body is already preparing for repair. Nitric oxide, the messenger molecule that opens vessels, surges in subtle waves. Blood flows more freely to the extremities, to the heart, and yes, to the areas that most men worry about in silence. Deep sleep follows. That's when your testosterone pulse reaches its natural peak. Every cell, every gland, every tiny capillary participates in the nightly reset. Your arteries recover their elasticity. Inflammation that has been smoldering quietly begins to fade. Your nerves, long dulled by years of neglect, start transmitting signals more efficiently. I often tell patients this is the moment your body remembers itself. The changes are silent but profound. One man, Walter, 70, shared, I didn't expect to notice anything, but I woke up one morning and realized I had energy I hadn't felt in years. Not just physical, my mind felt sharper, my mood steadier. That's the hidden power of consistency. Night after night, your body learns the rhythm it's always been designed to follow. Circulation, hormones, nerves all begin moving in harmony. And here's the subtle part most men miss. This isn't just about performance, it's about vitality and clarity. When blood flows properly and hormones synchronize, your energy spreads to every corner of your life. You think more clearly, you feel steadier. Your confidence begins to rise naturally. So tonight, as you practice this ritual, imagine the quiet work happening inside. Your body is repairing itself in real time. And if you notice these small changes, improved focus, steadier mood, lighter mornings, share it in the comments below. Your experience matters, not just for you, but for the community of men learning alongside you. By now, you understand the immediate effects: deeper sleep, improved circulation, the subtle return of morning vitality. But the true power lies in what happens over time. When men over 60 commit to this nightly ritual, something remarkable occurs. The body begins to remember its natural rhythm. Nitric oxide pathways stay active. Arteries maintain elasticity. Hormone pulses, testosterone, growth hormone, regain their strength and timing. What was once sporadic and unpredictable now stabilizes. After weeks, these changes compound. You start waking with consistent energy, not just occasional bursts. Stress feels more manageable. Mood steadies. Even minor aches, those invisible reminders of age, ease as circulation improves and inflammation declines. And it's not just physical. Men tell me they notice mental clarity returning. Decision-making feels sharper. Memory seems crisper. That fog of fatigue and frustration that had settled over years begins lifting. They describe it almost as if a veil has been removed, revealing a more alert, focused, capable self. The key, of course, is consistency. Skipping a night doesn't ruin progress, but habitual practice reinforces your body's natural systems. Each evening's ritual signals, "I'm still here, I still care about my health." And the body responds. One of my patients, Raymond, 72, put it best: "Dr. Prescott, I thought I was done with mornings that felt alive. But after a month, I'm not just waking up stronger, I'm living stronger. My wife notices it, my friends notice it, and most importantly, I notice it in how I carry myself." This is what I call the long-term reset. It's not a miracle pill. It's the power of timing, biology, and small, deliberate action. Every night you engage in this simple act, you are rebuilding the foundation of strength, confidence, and vitality that carries into every aspect of life. And here's the part I want you to remember. This ritual doesn't just restore the mornings you thought were gone. It rebuilds your entire system: heart, brain, muscles, hormones, quietly, methodically, naturally. So tonight, place that clove in your mouth. Breathe slowly, feel the warmth. Know that you are investing in a long-term legacy of health and confidence. The work you do in these few quiet minutes each night will ripple outward, strengthening not just your body, but your life. Gentlemen, one of the things I love most about this journey is hearing from you. Your questions, your doubts, your stories, they remind me why I do what I do. Tonight, I want to take a moment to answer some of the most common, the surprising, and even the slightly cheeky questions I've received from viewers like you. Question 1. Dr. Prescott, can I chew the clove instead of letting it rest? No, not right away. The magic happens while it's resting against your gum. Chewing releases the oil too quickly and reduces absorption. Patience here is key. Just 60 seconds can change the morning entirely. Question 2. I'm 78. Isn't it too late for this to work? Absolutely not. I've seen men in their 70s and even 80s regain energy, circulation, and confidence naturally. Your body never truly forgets how to heal, it just needs the right cue. Question 3. What if I forget a night? Don't stress. Missing once or twice won't erase progress. The key is long-term consistency. Think of it as training your body gradually, not a sprint. Question 4. Is this really better than supplements or pills? In many cases, yes. The clove ritual targets your body's natural repair cycles and hormone rhythms, something most pills can't mimic. It's not about replacing medicine, but harnessing biology intelligently. Question 5, a little cheeky. Can I put the clove in my coffee instead? Gentlemen, that defeats the purpose entirely. Timing, absorption, and the gentle warming effect are lost. Stick to the gum method. It's simple, private, and effective. And now here's my call to action for you. If any of these answers hit home or made you rethink your evenings, drop a comment below. Share your experience, your doubts, or even your small victories. Hit that like button. And consider subscribing to join our community of men reclaiming mornings, nights, and life itself. Remember, this isn't just a ritual, it's a conversation. Every time you engage, you're helping not only yourself but other men who are watching and learning quietly alongside you. Stay consistent, stay curious, and know that strength, clarity, and confidence are built one small act at a time. Gentlemen, if you take only one thing from this entire journey, let it be this: your body still knows how to heal. It never forgot. It's simply waiting for the right signal, and that signal is yours to give every night. This 1-minute nightly ritual with a single clove is more than a simple habit. It's a promise to yourself. A declaration that you are not finished, that vitality, confidence, and strength still belong to you. Over these past sections, we've explored why mornings fade, how circulation and hormones quietly shape your energy, and how a small intentional act can restore balance and power in ways no pill can. Think of it as a message to your body, your heart, and your spirit: I'm still capable. I still matter. Every night you place that clove in your mouth and breathe slowly, you are reinforcing the foundation for deeper sleep, better circulation, and steady hormone rhythms. You are quietly rebuilding your system from the inside out. And here's the beauty of consistency. Men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who make this ritual non-negotiable report not only physical changes but emotional and mental transformation. They stand taller, smile more, and carry themselves with renewed purpose. Their mornings become strong again, their energy more reliable, and their confidence unshakable. Remember Raymond, 72. From our earlier discussion, he summed it up perfectly. Every time I do this, I feel like I'm investing in my tomorrow. And that's exactly what it is: an investment, not in fleeting youth, but in long-term vitality, resilience, and presence. This ritual doesn't just revive mornings, it restores your relationship with yourself. Tonight, when you place that clove in your mouth, breathe slowly and feel the warmth. Understand that you are starting a quiet revolution inside your body, one that rebuilds, restores, and reclaims. You are aging powerfully on your own terms. If you've found this guidance valuable, take a moment, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts or your small victories. And remember, every night you honor this ritual, you are strengthening your body, mind, and spirit. May your mornings be vibrant, your nights restorative, and your confidence unwavering. May your energy feel renewed, your focus sharp, and your sense of purpose clear. Your best mornings aren't behind you, gentlemen. They are waiting just ahead. To start tonight, stay consistent, and let your body remind you of what it's still capable of becoming. Gentlemen, welcome to a special segment where your voice takes center stage. Over the past videos, I've received letters, comments, and questions from men just like you, curious, skeptical, or simply seeking clarity. Tonight, we're going to dive into some of these and give them the attention they deserve. Question 1. Dr. Prescott, if I forget the clove ritual one night, will it ruin everything? Absolutely not. Think of this as training your system gradually, not a do-or-die challenge. A missed night is minor, but long-term consistency builds true transformation. Question 2. I'm 79. Is it really possible to regain what's been lost? Yes, age is a number, not a barrier. Your body remembers its repair cycles, and even in your late 70s, subtle nightly cues like this ritual can rebuild strength, circulation, and confidence naturally. Question 3. Can this really replace all supplements and pills? In many ways, yes, but remember, this ritual works with your biology, not against it. Pills may target symptoms, but this helps restore foundational systems that drive long-term vitality. Question 4, a little cheeky. Can I just crush the clove into tea and call it a day? Gentlemen, that defeats the purpose entirely. Timing, absorption, and gentle release are critical. The gum method is private, effective, and scientifically sound. Keep it simple. And keep it precise. Question 5. How long before I notice improvement? First 7 days you'll feel subtle changes: calmer nights, deeper breathing, more restful sleep. By 14-30 days, circulation improves, mornings feel firmer, energy steadier, and overall confidence rises. Bonus comment from viewer, Doc, can this help me feel like myself again without embarrassment? Absolutely. The ritual is discreet, safe, and designed to restore dignity and independence, not create awkward moments. And here's my challenge to you. Engage. Drop your questions, your doubts, or your small victories in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share your experience. It helps not just you, but thousands of other men watching quietly, learning together. Remember, gentlemen, this isn't just a nightly habit, it's a conversation, a community, a shared journey towards strength, vitality, and clarity. Stay consistent, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a single thoughtful act repeated every night.